Good morning from Kabul. It's our last full day in Afghanistan. We're going to be spending it here in Kabul. We're going to be going to visit the zoo. We're going to go see some views from the mountains. We're going to go see some museums and a couple of other things that are on the itinerary today that I can't quite remember at this moment. You know, every time I put this niqab on, I have to think about the women of Afghanistan and how, not all of them, but some of them do have to wear this, or they have to wear the burqa instead. I'm only doing this for barely a week, and I can't imagine what their life is like having to wear this all the time. I'm sure they're used to it. This is a very conservative country, and this is pretty normal to them, but you know, I just put this on every day, and this is my small attempt to try to imagine what it's like to be a woman in this country and how difficult and challenging it is. And this is just another one of many things that are really hard for them. Also very privileged and happy that I get to see this and experience this as well, because this is not something many get to. Let's go enjoy our last day in Afghanistan. I do realize I have biases in this situation. Some women choose to wear a niqab to be closer to God or for safety, and that's great. They got to choose. The situations where they are forced to are challenging for me to understand. We begin our day with some last-minute shopping and experiencing what shopping malls are like here. This is one of the chicken street markets here. All sorts of fun goods. Uniquely Afghani. Just enjoying a nice early morning stroll around Kabul, watching the city wake up, the stores starting to open, and the breakfast stalls are serving their street foods. It's not hurried, it's not fast-paced, it's very calm, very relaxed right here. There's a bridal dress shop open, and I'm absolutely blown away at the colorful patterns they wear. Not to mention the exquisite beadwork and detail some of these dresses have. Look at the beadwork on this. Goodness. Interesting stairs here. Very slippery. I think there's a power outage right now. That didn't stop us from checking out the unique clothing, with most of it Afghani, with hints and influences from Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. I like this patchwork dress here. I guess it's inside patchwork too. There's lots of rock and stone art, as well as insect displays you can buy here. This is where hiking boots kind of come in handy. As someone who enjoys the occasional video game, I was curious to see what a gaming store in Kabul would be like. May I record you talking about this?
What? Yes.
Okay, thank you.
If you have an Xbox here, so bring it on 2,500 Afghani, around about $40. We can install more than 20 games by your choice, and you cannot play it online. And if you want the PlayStation 4 and 5 games, we have all the series that will work.
So Fable, Halo, all those we couldn't play on.
Halo is Xbox title.
Yeah.
Halo is not PlayStation Sony title.
Yes. Yeah.
For PlayStation, we have all these like official games like
Elder
Ring,
Scrolls,
GTA, Cricket, Modern Warfare 3, and
GTA, yeah.
almost Assassin's Creed.
And these are $60 a piece.
No, starting from $20 to $60.
To $60. Okay.
So each game have a different prices.
Okay.
Yes, and we also have the consoles like PlayStation 5 and all of the accessories.
Okay. Yeah. That's very cool. Installing directly onto your PlayStation at the shop is a new concept to me. It would make for less clutter at home to not have all the discs. But I digress. We go back to our tour, up on a mountainside with nice views of Kabul. You gotta admit, this is a pretty beautiful city, just with all the mountains everywhere, just accenting the valley. More trees than I thought there would be here. It's just absolutely beautiful. Our journey continues on to the National Museum of Afghanistan. What I'm struck with the most is how many of their ancient relics had such intricate and colorful designs from earlier times. They have everything from old mosaics, painted leather, ancient coins, even a piece of Roman-style foot. They also saved older trains and fancy cars that their leaders drove, complete with bullet holes from assassination attempts. This car had bulletproof glass. It looks like it worked for the most part. Bulletproof there. Ooh, that would be scary to go through. Now we're going to be visiting the Columns Palace, the Chittisen Palace and Gardens here. This felt like a nice refuge from the busy, noisy city, much more peaceful. The trees did well at blocking out a great deal of noise. I'm getting another taste of foreign privilege because this is another place where women are not allowed. And this little boy who was swimming jumped out and said to my guide, "Our family allowed here?" Because he saw me very concerned that there was a lady here, and he said, "Nope, she's a foreigner, so she can be here." And that just kind of makes me feel sad for the ladies that can't see this place. Let's check out the actual palace. What is this? Very nice. Even nicer with the windows open. So many years ago, this place was used for all sorts of celebrations and meetings, and Germany actually came in and helped to reconstruct and retrofit it so that way it can survive earthquakes and give it a little bit of a modern flair. But these days, only tourists and men are allowed to come here. And it's an absolutely beautiful garden. The views of Kabul are pretty amazing here. But my favorite part of this place was seeing the mix of old and new restoration being blended. I love how Germany just came in and built in some modernization right into the ruins here. What a cool concept. This is awesome. This makes me happy. As we walked back to the car, a particularly ethereal call to prayer was being sung. Listen to the ambiance it provides as you walk through the garden. It was well timed for lunch, and we went to a place that has Afghani interpretations of American foods. This restaurant is very visually stimulating with all the Afghani trinkets. This is very special green tea, and look at the plates that they're serving this in. This is beautiful. It's like a sweetened ginger tea, green tea. This is delicious. I ordered a sausage burger with uniquely colored meat. Well, the sausage is pink in Afghanistan. It is cooked. I should mention that it wasn't bad and I ate it all. My guides got pizza and they seemed to enjoy it. After this, we made our way back to the hotel. Alright, it is after our lunch and it's super, super hot today, like to the point where we decided to just go ahead and take a break and just stay at the hotels for a little bit, and we'll finish the program a little bit later. Let's take a quick break and cool off, and then we'll reconvene in the evening. Let's go enjoy our last night in Kabul. Our first stop was to visit the British graveyard, paying homage to foreign soldiers who gave their lives for Afghanistan. Oh wow, very old. I'm struck at just how many different ethnicities I'm seeing on these lists. Spanish, Russian, French, South African, and probably more that are not being displayed here. All sorts of names on plaques and graves here. I'm really glad they're able to have a place to acknowledge that here. I just told a really sad story here that this gentleman here died here in a car crash in Afghanistan while his wife was in America. And his wife said that when she died, she wanted to be buried next to him in Afghanistan, so the family did that and honored her wishes. She was buried right here next to her husband here in Kabul. We were going to go get supper, but being that we just had lunch a few hours ago, I really wasn't hungry. So we went for a quick dessert instead. This is my child-sized portion of ice cream here. Wow. Almond and the vanilla together. Tastes really good in this heat. And back to the hotel for the evening. The thickness of these doors. It's like 4 of these to get through. Oof. Last night in Kabul all over with. Wasn't really hungry for dinner tonight. I think we had just a really late lunch and I'm just still very full from that. So that's okay. We'll have breakfast in the morning. Wow, I take off tomorrow. I go home. Not till the late afternoon. So we still have some stuff to do tomorrow, but this is going to be the last night that I'll be spending in Kabul. A little disappointed I didn't get to have the interaction with the women that I was hoping to, but all in all, you know, this was a very quick glimpse into life in Afghanistan. I've gotten a lot of I guess tourist privilege and gotten to do things that women otherwise would never do here. Thanks a lot for joining me on this adventure. I hope you like it, and I'll see you tomorrow.